Did you ever think what it would be like traveling along in an open car without a windshield? Boy, you wouldn't go very far before you got all splattered with mud. And you'd have to keep your eyes closed so as not to be blinded by the dust. Well, when you're traveling along in life, Rangers, common sense acts as a pretty important windshield. It lets you see where you're going.
I am the greatest. All right, welcome back to the Road to Reparations in California. And I am Yamoya with a wonderful co-host, Miss.
It's Kim. It's Kim.
Yes.
We inside the building.
You're hilarious. I was trying to, give you a little something, little intro, and it was like crickets. It's all good, family. We're here, I think, right? Yes, we are.
Yeah, we're here, ready to get it going.
Yes, let's get it started. But before we get started, let's do some in-house keeping, shall we?
Let's do it.
Some housekeeping in the building. Yes. So we like to thank Ben and Jerry's. If you haven't heard of Ben and Jerry's, well, I don't know what to say. I'd like to thank Ben and Jerry's because through our fiduciaries sponsor, if you want to go to the next one, Cap City, go to capcity.com.
Yes, if you're in the Sacramento area, it's a great little facility for co-working, event space. So check it out. Located in Oak Park here in Sacramento.
Yes, so shout out to Ben and Jerry's and Cap City for supporting this channel in the Mass Media Group and our platform. So definitely appreciate both of them. And let's talk about the reparations now, shall we? Or I guess not. Let's talk about the case of Emmanuel Smith. Yeah, so if you haven't yet checked out what's going on right here on the Mass Media Group, every Tuesday we'll be posting the case of Emmanuel Smith down in Menlo Park in East Palo Alto. There was I don't know if it was viral or not, but I know ABC posted what some might determine as somebody, going crazy on top of a truck. And so, we were talking to him to see kind of what happened, what transpired from his side of the story. So it's a very good and informative series right now. So please go check that out. I think his next hearing is coming up in September, I want to say, to decide if they're actually going to go to trial in December. So please follow that. Please go support our brother, Emmanuel Smith. All right. reparationsnowdoc.com. That's reparationsnowdoc.com. If you have not seen Reparations Now, it is on Tubi. Have no idea what's going on with Prime. It was supposed to be up, but no,
Time is taking their time.
They are taking their time. But it is up on Tubi. But once again, if you do want to support our platform, and I think maybe starting in September, we're probably going to, if we have enough time, start posting additional content on the reparationsnowdoc.com, exclusively on reparationsnowdoc.com. Yeah, and go to the merch store at Eminimass Media Group. No, ETN Media Group, Eminimass Media Group. ETN Media Group Store.com. That's ETNMediaGroupStore.com to get your latest and greatest Reparations Now. Cut the check. Gear, merch on there. And I think some of those QR codes on the screen will get you to some of that information. And Obsidian Dyad actually has a track out there. We haven't actually had a chance to promote because, I've been doing other stuff right now, but there is a track out there called Welcome to California with 3 Ks available right now somewhere on this internet. All right, I think we've taken care of some in-house stuff.
All right.
All right, so we will be reiterating this through the whole process. I mean, this will be keep putting it out there, putting it out there. 41, 21, 1 equals reparations. So yeah. So Kim, you will kind of want to. Well, you know what? I'll let our good brother Josiah from the Arc Bay Area family explain what 41-21-1 is. Let's go.
What is next? Now that we know what reparations should be, we have to actually make it law. We have to actually help create legislation so that we can make it a reality. So the legislation must be introduced by the California Senate and Assembly and then signed into law by the governor. And so if you ever heard Chris speak, you'll hear him talk about 41, 21, and 1. Basically, there is 80 state assembly members. There are 40 state senators. So in order to have something passed, it has to go through the assembly and it has to go through the state senate. We need at least over 50%, which would be 41 of the 80 of the assembly members. You would need at least 21 of the state senators, and then you would need the one governor to sign it into law. All right, so 41 plus 21 plus 1 equals reparations.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Boom.
So that's the goal. That's the goal, family.
That is the goal.
All
right. So just to reiterate, the 5 forms of reparations currently are restitution, compensation, rehabilitation, satisfaction, guarantees of non-repetition. It's also referenced in the California Reparations Task Report on page 17, executive summary, and also on page 512 in chapter 14, the International Reparations Framework as well, if you have not had a chance to read the report. Just wanted to reiterate some of the recommendations, the 5 harms being health harms, mass incarceration, over-policing of African Americans, housing discrimination, unjust property takings by eminent domain, and devaluation of African American businesses. And the life cycle legislation, we actually went over it more extensive in the last show. So if you have a chance, please go take a look at that. So you can refresh your memory on how a bill is passed through the California legislation.
And gets to the governor's desk.
Yep. All right, so once again, there are 80 members in the Assembly, 33 committees, plus their subcommittees. 40 senators in the California State Senate, 22 committees and their subcommittees.
All right. Ain't you supposed to be sharing something?
I guess I am. Are we doing the how to find your legislator?
I thought that was the plan.
All right. I guess that is the plan. See? Hey, fam. It is what it is. It's Sunday morning. I haven't had my morning wake up tea or coffee yet, so we'll get through it. All right, let's see here. So,
and while you're doing that, if anybody wants to, participate along as we go through this demonstration, I will go ahead and drop the link if you're in California that you can go to track your legislators, find out who these people are.
Wonderful. All right, I think I am ready to go.
You ready?
Let's do it. All right. Wonderful. All right. So here's an example address that is typed currently in. So you're going to go to findyourrep.legislature.ca.gov. And for those that just want to, who are outside of California, that just kind of want to practice it, and maybe, this is something that you do have in your state. Hopefully you do. I mean, you should, like every state should have this. And if not, you need to talk to your state legislators or legislation and say, why don't you guys have this? You should have it. So assuming that everybody does have this, you can actually do this in your areas as well. But in this particular case in California, before I actually go through looking up a legislator in a district, I did want to read, because it might be hard to read on the screen, the disclaimer that is at the bottom. So let's go here. It's in red. It says the maps and information shown in this site are based on the districts established by the 2022 redistricting, except as otherwise noted. As a result of redistricting, your area may be represented by 2 senators or may be represented by any senator during the 2023-2024 legislative session. If your area is unrepresented as a result of redistricting, the Senate Rules Committee has assigned a senator to provide constituent services to your area during the 2023-2024 legislative session. The maps and information shown in this site may not reflect these unique circumstances and may use the term, quote, representative, end quote, to describe either your elected senator or the senator assigned to provide constituent services to your area. Please contact your local county registrar or elections department. And it looks like they did link to that or some site where you can go to your county registrar or elections department to determine how your area was affected by the 2022 redistricting.
Yes, and those areas that don't have representation are called deferred districts.
Boom. Deferred districts. And did we already give a definition of what a deferred district is?
No, and I was supposed to make that slide and it did not happen.
Did not happen. All right. So I guess next time, family.
Next time.
We'll get to the...
And we're going to defer till next time.
Yeah, that's hilarious. All right. We're deferring till next time. All right, so let's go through this. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to put in the street address, right? So in this case, we're putting 1500 11th Street, which was the place where the last and final AB 31 task force hearing, the 16th task force hearing, was held in Sacramento.
Yes, at the Secretary of State building.
Boom. All right, so we're going to put in the address, which in this case is 1500 11th Street. That's Sacramento. All right. And then we're going to put in the zip code. All right, and the zip code is 95814. 95814. Okay. And we're going to hit locate. Well, there you go. So in District 6, at this address, if you would happen to be a resident or currently living near here or in this area, your state assembly representative would be Assembly Member Kevin McCarty, and your state in the state Senate, District 8 would be Senator Angelique V. Ashby.
Yes, that is my senator as well. However, I have a different state assembly representative.
There you go. I mean, is that here? Let me click on Kevin McCarty here real quick. All right, I'm gonna share this screen here. Okay, can you see the other screen?
Kevin I see McCarty? This. Yeah, I see the Kevin McCarty screen.
All right, so he's a state assembly member. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's what just came up in the search.
All right, and he's the assembly.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Okay. Cause see, I'm tripping because I was just like, I had to get my brain correct. So I was like, Senator. Okay. Cause like I was thinking as we go through the process that the District 6, as we go through, you'll see that the District 6 for the senator is somebody else. So it was throwing me off. I was like, Kevin McCarty? But yes, okay, Kevin, he's in the assembly.
Right. That's why I said this address with what came up with Kevin McCarty and Angelique Ashbury. Angelique Ashbury is also my representative, but Kevin McCarty is not. So you really do have to pay kind of close attention. Just because you share one representative doesn't mean you share another.
Right. Yeah, I mean, literally, it could be just a different, zip code over, and you're like, wow, it's like literally a block away, and next thing you know, somebody different is representing your
district. That zoning, that creative zoning that they were talking about.
Exactly. All right, so I think that's a good demonstration. So once again, if you have any questions, I don't know what to tell you, but you can go to findyourrep.legislature.ca.gov. That's findyourrep.legislature.ca.gov.
Yes, and that link, if you're in California, is in the chat. So have at it.
Have at it. All right, so I guess let's start getting into these senators, shall we?
All right. Let's see. So we have Brian Dale serving District 1 out here in California. He is a Republican. His tenure started in 2019, and he's still currently in that position, obviously. We're talking about him. And his term ends on 2024. Been in the position for years, it says there. The counties that Brian Dale represents are Alpine, El Dorado, Lassen, Modoc, Nevada, Placer, Plumas, Sacramento, Sierra, Siskiyou, Shasta. Deferred, he actually is representing the deferred area that we spoke of earlier. So Tahoma, Butte, Colusa, and Glenn are in that deferred category at the moment until they get official representation. He supports cost of living, crime, and homelessness were some of the issues on his platform there. Let's see, State Senate District, California, population 982,800 35. He voted yay on AB 3121. And let's see, he has 4 offices, one at the Capitol building, which all legislators do. He also has one in Gold River, Chico, and Redding. Brian Dale, Republican Party, is a member of the California State Senate representing District 1. He assumed office on June 12, 2019. His current term ends on December 2nd, 2024. Dale ran for election for governor of California. That was the recall election against Governor Gavin Newsom, if you all remember. He lost in the general election on November 8th, 2022. Dale is a former Republican member of the California State Assembly representing District 1 from 2012 to 2019. So that is Brian Dale. If he is your representative, that's just a little bit of information about him. Next, representing Senate District 2, we have...
Kim, before we go, I did find some information on the Black population there.
Oh.
American.
Okay, for District 1?
Yeah, it looks like it's... You want me to share my screen or no?
You can.
All right. I'll just share my screen real quick.
All right, let me just...
Give the family some info here. All right, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, this is at I'll just put this in the chat. Let me see, where are we at? Comments. All right, so for District 1, looks like the Black population, African American population is 1.47%. Is that 10,000? Yeah, it looks like 10,000. Yeah,
1.47%, so approximately 10,000.
Yeah.
And that was out of almost a million
District
people.
1.
Yeah.
Yeah, District 1. That was looks like in 2020. It's like that was the census records for 2020. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing my screen. So that was for District 1.
All right. District 2, we have Mike McGuire. Mike McGuire, Democratic Party, is a member of the California State Senate representing District 2. He assumed office on December 1st, 2014. His current term ends December 7th, 2026. McGuire ran for re-election to the California State Senate to represent District 2. He won in the general election November 8, 2022. McGuire was appointed as State Senate Majority Leader by Senate President Pro Tem Tony Atkins on January 19, 2022. He succeeded Robert Hertzberg, also a Democrat, in that position. So we have Mike McGuire, as I just said. He's a Democrat, District 2, been in office 2014 to present. He has offices, again, at the Capitol, as they all do, and also in Eureka, Santa Rosa, Ukiah, San Rafael, and Crescent City. Yeah, I kind of had to break those offices up. I was like, how many offices does this man need? He has like 6 offices. That's like office overload. Counties that he represents: Del Norte, Humboldt, Lake, Marin, Mendocino, Sonoma, Trinity. He supports public schools, affordable housing, homelessness. There are 952,866 is the population there. I did find a little bit of information about the Black population on the Senate website. I don't know if you're tracking Black demographics, Shamoya, but does this match up with what you see? Black or African American, 15,579, 1.64%.
Yeah, I haven't. If you want me to confirm that now, I can while you're looking up some other information, but probably sure that's probably about right.
Oh, it sounds about right. All right, let's go with that. And he voted yes on AB 3121, an aye. So that is District 2. All right, I also researched information for State Senate District 3. Bill Dodd, excuse me, is a member of the California State Senate representing District 3. He assumed office in 2016. His current term ends on December 2nd, 2024. Dodd ran for re-election to the California State Senate to represent District 3. He won in the general election on November 3rd, 2020. Dodd is a former Democratic member of the California State Assembly representing District 4 from 2014 to 2016. He did not seek re-election to the California State Assembly in 2016. All right, so Dodd, again, tenure 20 in this position, 2016 to present. District 4. District 4 has 5 offices, again at the Capitol. And in Vacaville, Napa, Santa Rosa, and Vallejo, the counties that he covers, Contra Costa, Napa, Sacramento, Solana, Sonoma, and Yolo. He supports education, ethics, and agriculture. The district population is 984,403. Of that, according to the 2020 census population, the Black African American accounts for 7.15%, and that's approximately 70,728 people. So a little bit larger Black population in District 3 than we saw in the other 2.
All right, District 4, Marie Alvarado Gill. She is the senator representing District 4, and you can see she has offices in El Dorado, Hills, Modesto, and at the Capitol. The counties that she represents is Alpine, Amador, Calaveras, El Dorado, Inyo, Madera, Mariposa, Merced, Mono, Nevada, Placer, Stanislaus, and Tuolumne. And it's really hard to see on the slide, I know, but basically it's pretty much in most of Northern California down to parts of Central California. She does support education, health, victims of violent crimes, certain things. What's up, family? How you doing, brother? Glad you're able to come through. And in the 2020 census population, there are 1 million people, 1 million plus people in that district. Out of that population who are classified as Black or African American is 17,468, which sits at 1.69%. All right. Maria Alvarado Gill is of the Democratic Party and is currently a member of the California State Senate. She assumed office on December 5th, 2022. Her current term ends on December 7th, 2026. So I believe that's about it.
How she vote on AB 3121?
That's a good question, Kim. How did she vote on AB 3121? Thank you for that reminder. She voted not applicable because she was not in office then. So we'll definitely have to see, follow up with Maria Alvarado Gill, especially those who are in her district. Follow up with her to see what her idea is about the upcoming reparations bill. Alrighty. District 5. District 5 is represented by Senator Susan Talamantes Eggman. It took me a whole 3 days to say and practice on Talamantes Eggman. Susan Talamantes Eggman, once again, represents District 5 in the counties of Sacramento, San Joaquin, and Stanislaus. She has an office in the capital, and she has an office in Stockton. She supports other things, but specifically undocumented residents who are victims of crimes, housing, in particular solar energy, and end-of-life option act. She was, I guess, one of the big supporters of that act. The population in her district, according to the 2020 census, is 1 million plus. If you want to be specific, 1,051,930. Out of that population, for the Black or African American ethnic group, is 65,831, which is 6.26%. Susan Talamantes Eggman is of the Democratic Party, and she represents District 5. She assumed office on December 7th, 2020. Her current term ends on December 2nd, 2024. So she may or may not be in office when this
December 2nd, 2024.
My bad. I was thinking 2023.
Mm-mm.
Man.
Yeah, so we need to hit Miss Talamantes Eggman up.
For sure. 2024. Thanks for that correction. All right. AB 3121 vote. I believe NVR is no vote recorded. Don't quote me. I tried to research to see exactly what it is, but I believe it's no vote recorded. So she did not, for some reason, either didn't vote on it, abstained from voting. I don't know the reasons why. Maybe she wasn't there.
Yeah, that's another question that can be asked when we hit her up.
Yeah.
All right.
Why didn't you vote? Yeah, what's up? Why don't you vote? Yeah, A or no? I keep saying I or no? I. All right. District 6. Here we go. District 6 is represented by Roger Nielo. Roger Nielo has an office in the capital, Roseville, Rancho Cordova, and Yuba City. The counties that he represents is portions of Placer and Sacramento, and all of Sutter and Yuba counties. He primarily supports, but not limited to, transportation, finance, and voter participation. In his district, the total population is 764,000 estimated. The Black African American race or ethnic group is 90,600, approximately at 11.9%. Roger Nielo is once again represents District 6. He assumed office on December 5th, 2022. His current term ends on December 7th, 2026. And he voted non-applicable for AB 3121 because he was not yet in office.
All right, so he gets a pass on that, but we will be asking about his current stance. So 90,000 Black people in his district, they must be in Sacramento.
I know, right? Because we got what? Placer,
Sutter,
Yuba.
I ain't got no Black people out there. All right. Let's see what else we got going on here.
All right, so just to recap the current senators that we went over today that did vote for AB 3121 is Brian Dell, Mike McGuire, Bill Todd, and those were ayes. And for Maria Alvarado Gill is non-applicable. Susan Talamantes Eggman is NVR. And for Roger W. Niello is non-applicable at this time.
All right. And to recap again on the no vote to see where these people are at nowadays, we have Melissa Melendez in the Senate, Mike Morrell and Jim Nelson, all Republicans, all are no longer in office. So bye-bye there. The P represents previous. I got this information from Ballotpedia. So if you go to the Ballotpedia when you're doing your search site, it will give you information on what the current office is of the legislature, or if it says previous office, then it's assumed that they are no longer in public government service. So on the assembly side, we have Frank Bigelow, William Breaux, Stephen Chow, and Jordan Cunningham, all Republicans, and they are all no longer in office again. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. And then we go down to Megan Dale. She is currently still in office, District 1, a Republican. Vince Fong is serving for District 32, a Republican. James Gallagher is serving for District 3. He's also a Republican. Well, they're all Republicans. They're just all Republicans. And so James Gallagher, District 3 out here in California. Then we have Kevin Kiley, who has moved on, also a Republican, but he's moved on to the U.S. House representing District 3 in Congress now. So, you might want to keep an eye on him as well as we look to federal reparations. We have Devon Mathis, District 33 out here in California. Jay Abernathy is also in the U.S. House of Representatives, serving for District 23. We have Jim Patterson, who is a Republican serving District 8 out here in California, and Marie Waldron, serving District 75 out here in California. So that is just a quick recap on that. Also on the no votes, we've already told you who's still here. And so Melissa Melendez was replaced by Lola Smallwood. So there is a new representative for District 28 out here in California. So you'll want to get to know Lola Smallwood and find out what her position and stance is on reparations. Same thing with Ross Salisi Ochoa, thank you, Bo, I believe. District 23 replaced Mike Morrell. So you'll want to find out her position as well. Then we have Marie Alvarado Gill, which we just spoke on her, gave you some information. She's now representing Senate District 4 and replaced Jim Nelson. So that's just some information on who is where. Have one more slide, and this is just, kind of an overview of the people and where they've gone and who has replaced them. So Frank Bigelow is gone. He was in the State Assembly, District 5. He's been replaced by Joe Patterson, who is a Republican. William Breaux, District 73, Assembly District 73. He's been replaced by It looked like he was replaced by someone named Lori Davis, who has now been replaced by someone named Kati Patrie Norris, a Democrat. So you'll want to research that there. We have Stephen Chow, who is no longer in that position, has been replaced by Evelino Valencia, a Democrat. So we went from Republican to Democrat on seat 68 in the Assembly. Jordan Cunningham, Republican, also flipped to a Democrat seat with Jasmeet Baines. Megan Dale, Assembly District 1. We just went over her information. So she is still active 2019 to present in District 1. She was a no vote. Vince Fong, he was representing District 34 at the time he voted no on AB 3121, but he is now representing District 32. These people switch seats like they switch their underwear, so you gotta
hotcakes flipping the hotcakes.
Yeah, they flipping. So now he's representing District 32, and in District 34 seat we have a Tom Lackey, who is a Republican. James Gallagher, the Republican Party, he is still there, still present in District Assembly 3. Kevin Kiley, as I said, he moved on to the U.S. House, California District 3. Kevin McCarthy is now in the seat that he was in when he voted no on AB 3121, which is seat 6 in the Assembly. Then we have this Jim Patterson, a Republican, 2022 till now. He's still in that seat. Wait a minute. He was in Assembly District seat 23 at the time he voted no on AB 3121. Now he is representing District 8, and the District 23 seat has been taken over by a Mark Berman. Okay. And then Jay Albernerti, we talked about him. He's with the U.S. House, California District 23. Devin Mathis, Republican Party. He is serving District 33 at the time that he voted no on AB 3121. He was in Assembly District 26. Assembly District 26 has now been seated by an Evan Lowe, who is also a Democrat. So we have to, watch this Devin Mathis guy, because while he's no longer serving District 26, he still has a vote in the Assembly. So keep a close eye on him. And then we have Marie Waldron, Republican Party, California State Assembly District 75. She has been in office for 10 years. She voted no. Her term is coming to an end on 2024. She seems like a career politician. It might be time for her to vacate as well. But we need to find out, if her position has changed at all on reparations.
Did we go over Jay Albornotti?
He's in the House now. So
gotcha.
He's not a concern for us too much out in here. Well, I mean, he's a concern. He's definitely a concern. So keep that name in mind. So family, these are the no votes that we need to, the ones that are still in office in some capacity, have the yellow highlight by them and their district there. So we're going to run through these names, know who they are. Megan Dale, Vince Vaughn. It's like Game of Thrones. Remember that Arya Stark, where she used to say all her enemies' names every night? Megan Dale, Vince Vaughn, James Gallagher, Kevin Kiley, Devin Mathis, Jay Albernerti, Jim Patterson, and Marie Waldron. Mm-hmm.
Boom. What's up, Raphael? Appreciate you. I always learn so much from Emin the Mass Media Group. Well, thank you. We're learning ourselves as we go through this process.
Learning ourselves as we go along. Like I said, I'm going to know these names by memory soon.
Good luck on that one.
All 80 and 40.
All 80 and 40, yes. Well, let's see if we all can challenge ourselves to remember all 80 assembly and all 40 senators here in California. Let's see if we can do this. I know this person can. No pressure on this brother.
Oh yeah.
Great brother Chris
Mm-hmm.
Lawson in the building. I
He
know
probably already know.
I know.
Yeah.
He's probably like, man, I've been there, bro. Where y'all at? Y'all slow. Man, we trying to catch up, man. We trying to catch up, man. We'll get there on your level one day, brother. All right, so let's see here. So did we go through everything?
Yeah.
I think we did, right? Okay. So could we go back to the regular slide for the show?
The regular slide.
Yeah, the road to reparations slide. Okay, before we get out of here. All right, so just kind of want to dialogue for about another minute or two, and then we'll let everybody go. I think the one reason why, I think we created this platform is because we're trying to, especially here in California, we're trying to create a template for how others can, I guess, disseminate information. And, this takes time. This takes, how can I put it? A lot of due diligence.
That's a good
Yes,
good
due
term.
diligence in this understanding of how the political process works, because it affects our daily, life. I mean, from our economics to, especially with, Black Americans who descend from U.S. chattel slavery, to how we think about ourselves, what we think about ourselves. And so in order to understand this, how it works, I do highly recommend that other, Black media channels may be independent, may you be, a legit business or not, or you're just doing it as a hobby, to go through this process in your own state, in your own municipalities. And so by the time that we head, to the federal reparations stage, right? Each state, each municipality that's currently at least having some talks. I know Atlanta, I saw a video where I guess there are, some talks about, possibly doing some reparations committee out there in the city of Atlanta. So that some media out there, either some talk about the Georgia legislation or the city legislation. I don't know, whatever y'all want to do out there in the South, a good old Southern brothers and sisters out there. But, take a look at what we're doing and then do this in your area. Let your people know, because this is how we make change, right? This is part of how we take action when you're informed and you have the right information and where to go. As you can see on this screen here right now, we're headed to the Capitol. As our as a good brothers, shout out to the Black Party for Self-Defense. They had their own reasonings for going to the Capitol, right? For petitioning the state of California of what was happening to Black people at this time. So, at this time, we're looking at the state of California and this road to reparations. So I did go to an event yesterday, and I must say that the word is getting out about reparations here in California, but obviously not enough. There needs to be a lot of more education involved. So for the individuals, hopefully, that I spoke to that said, please go to ETN Media Group, our YouTube page, sign up, like, share, subscribe. So hopefully, if y'all is listening, I'm glad you're here. And we just need to keep getting the word out. And if you have a chance, sign up to CJEC official, cjec-official.org. There is a newsletter. I don't honestly at this time know how often it goes out, but that's a great resource to go to in terms of what's happening right now and how to get involved, right? I know there was a great sister that I spoke with yesterday about reparations. And, so she said, I think she lives in the Bay Area. So shout out to our Bay Area family. She's like, well, how can I get involved? And I was like, well, go to CJEC, see how you can get involved. So we're making progress. I know for some of us that, we may feel a little pessimistic at times about this process, but, we've been here for 400 years. And just a little backstory too on some of those that don't know about our, ancient, African societies, especially in the ancient Nile Valley. I'll just give y'all a little tad bit of history here that for some in the, I'm going to call its proper term, or some would call it Temeri, or the beloved land, or AKA Kemet. It would take you 40 years, or could take somebody who could be male or female, 40 years for mastery of the sciences and the cultural understandings at the time. 40 years, family. 40 years. So we've been at this for 2.5 years or so, I think, or at least the California Reparations Task Force has been or was going for 2 years, right? So we've come a long ways, and we plan on continuing to inform as we go along. But if anyone has any other information, anything that we need to know about that we as Imin the Mass Media Group and the community needs to let us know, please reach us at Imin the Mass Media Group or .com. Imin, like when I'm tripping, etnmediagroup.com, etnmediagroup@gmail.com. Okay, you want to get it right. etnmediagroup@gmail.com, and or go to our website at etnmediagroup.com. That's Imin the Mass Media Group. All right. That's etnmediagroup.com. That's etnmediagroup.com as well. Thank you, Kim, for being the great, production partner that you are, and always being steadfast.
My pleasure, but I know I ain't got 40 years. We got
You got 40 years?
Yeah, we got to get something moving quicker than that, much, much quicker. So that's why we will be here every Sunday to kind of give an overview of the 40 senators and the 80 assembly members in the California legislature. So please join us so we can learn who our representatives are and, engage with them. These people work for us. And again, so as you can see on the screen, we are heading to the Capitol. As we mentioned earlier during the show, that all of the legislatures have offices at the Capitol, so you can definitely schedule appointments to meet with them. There are myriad of ways that you can, interact and engage with your representatives.
Exactly. And this is a, community involvement. When we go out, talk to people are like, well, what can we do? I'm like, well, get involved. I mean, you got to call your representative. We can't do that for you. You know what I mean? How do you think people think that AB 3121 got through? It got through because the community called in, people from the nation called in, maybe even internationally some, right? People got involved, got engaged. So that's how we got there from AB 3121. And that's how we are going to get through to, California residents receiving reparations here, in the state of the maybe soon to be 4th largest economy in the world, if they were a country, but now the 5th largest country. So, family, this is how we do it. Before we go, I'd like to read some of these comments. Sorry, don't know how to pronounce that name, so please forgive me. He's Axe, I think. Politics is very exciting, tedious, but rewarding after a long, hard fight. Appreciate ETMG. Appreciate you, family. All right, the process is no joke. What up, Mike? How you doing, bro? This process is no joke, folks. They holler and vote, but don't ever consider who or what one has to vote for. You have to be in the process well before the time to vote.
Mm-hmm.
And it does require due diligence. Yes, it does. Find this out trying to research judges on my ballot. Ain't that the truth? All right. Thank you for putting in the extra effort, Eman. Thank you,
You're
brother.
welcome.
As always. And you put in the effort. You know what I'm saying? Contributing as always, man. Bringing the info. Crying. Yeah. Sometimes we got to, man. Sometimes we got to. This is serious work, but sometimes you gotta, just take some time out. Enjoy the people around you. Enjoy that we're living here. We are our ancestors, right? We represent our ancestors. Hopefully, I wish more of us would think that way and act accordingly. But it is what it is as we're trying to navigate through what we're calling life right now. So thanks, everyone. On the replay as well, if you do watch this, we will go ahead and, yes, we will actually be, I was actually going to be mentioning that. You were taking it away. We will be a part 3 and probably a part 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, until we get through all the legislators.
Mm-hmm.
Every single one. So yes, there will be part 3 to, I don't know when we're going to get done with this, but hopefully, maybe, and I don't hold us to this, probably in November, but hey, this is what it takes. And hopefully around that time, maybe early 2024, late 2023, we'll see some form of the reparations bill around that time. And, we'll see, but we have to keep informed, and stay ready. So on that note, that's all from me. So good partner, Kim, if you have anything else, we're going to wrap it out and see our good family next week.
Just, we got to just stay the course. 41 plus 21 plus 1 is the goal to equal reparations. So, yeah.
All right.
Keep pushing.
All right, everyone. Have a great Sunday. See you next week. Once again, peace and reparations.
Did you ever think what it would be like traveling along in an open car without a windshield? Boy, you wouldn't go very far before you got all splattered with mud. And you'd have to keep your eyes closed so as not to be blinded by the dust. Well, when you're traveling along in life, Rangers, common sense acts as a pretty important windshield. It lets you see where you're going.
I am the greatest.